Coming from the Caveman Studios in Buffalo, New York. Welcome to Caveman Corner with your host, Jeff.
Captain Caveman!
Thanks.
Click subscribe and the bell. Do it now!
Man, first show of the year. We have the best MMA fight in K4 history. We got both guys here. We got Aaron Klein. We got Mason Lewis. Man, am I excited for this one. We've had title fights, but we haven't had a fight like this yet. This one is going to be off the chain.
I appreciate that.
Let's hope we can live up to the hype.
It's not hype, dude. Like, no matter what, if this fight is like 20 seconds long, this fight is still going to be the best one in K4 history. You guys are two of the most exciting athletes, two of the most exciting grapplers. We have some serious striking skills in there. Mason's been disqualified for slamming people in a grappling match, man. Like, it doesn't get better than this fight, guys. Like, how do you guys feel about this one?
I'll let you go first, Aaron.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'll be honest. Like, the only reason I'm really taking this one, I got a thing. I don't really like to fight people that I like. You know what I mean? And I can't say I know Mason enough to, I'd say like him. Not like he's my buddy or nothing like that. But I respect the guy. He's a hell of a wrestler, man. And I'm only doing this to go out there and test my skills anyway. So I can't think of anybody better right now, at least fighting up there, that is going to test my grappling skills like he would. And I'm going to have to be slick on my feet to avoid that kind of grappling. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's amateur. We're all looking to just get the fights in. And I was literally just saying this before, like, you know, like, I was telling my coach, like, man, I hope the guy doesn't try talking crap to me, because, like, I don't really like to. You know, I like to respect my opponents and whatnot. And I didn't know much about you other than you just freaking mollywopped the last guy and hit a flying guillotine and then took his back and RNC'd him. So I was like, I know the guy's obviously very technical, so this is going to be just a great fight all around. So I was just excited. Now knowing that you're not a douche is even better. So
yeah, I agree.
So I look forward to that. But
I'm so excited to see how this one plays out. So, like, you have contrasting striking styles. Even you're Aaron, you're a little bit straighter, you're a little bit more technical, and Mason, you kind of fight a little bit more like the Brojo style of fighting. You throw a lot of loopy hooks, very powerful, use it to make entrances into your takedowns, and it's kind of like the style from your guys' gym, and it's very, very effective. So we'll start with you, Mason, since you let him go first last time. How do you think the striking is going to break down in this fight?
How do I think the striking's going to break down? Probably not much, honestly. We're both grapplers. Like, I mean, it's instinctive at that point. Like, when you're in a fight, like, we can train striking all we want. We can go hit the bag 2 hours a day. We can go hit mitts 2 hours a day. We can go spar. But, like, you know, I've been in this situation, and I know he's been doing this a long time. Like, at the end of the day, we are who we are. Like, we're grapplers. So who knows? It'll probably go to the ground regardless of who gets the takedown. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to get the takedown, because I could very well throw one of those looping punches and just get taken right down. Now I'm in guard, or vice versa. You know, it's a chess match between us because of he knows that I have the advantage on the feet, but he has the advantage on the ground in terms of grappling, I'd say. But yeah, so it's like it's going to be a chess match between the two of us. I feel like we're going to try to figure each other out. But I mean, as every fight, however, but I feel like it's going to be, you know, just a little pitter patter on the feet. Maybe we go out there and one of us gets a knockout. He knocks me out. I knock him out. Like, anything can happen. It's really like a flip of the coin on this one, I feel like.
And now to you, Aaron. What do you think?
What do I think? Same question?
Yeah, same question.
I think that's a pretty fair assessment. I think if we're not preparing for everything, then we're not doing it right. You know what I mean? Yeah, not much I can say other than that without giving something away. You know what I mean? I think it's a coin toss, possibly. I'm not even willing to say who I think has an advantage anywhere. I think it's really even. Styles are different, and it's pretty even, more or less across the board. I think, if anything, I got more experience in areas where it counts. I think that that level wrestling, man, it's a weapon like that's a good equalizer. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Mason's a good example of, and not to say that he's not good in other areas too, but he's a good example of having one really good, solid weapon. You know what I mean? You've seen guys at all levels of the sport, they have something they're really, really good at, and that's all they needed. You know what I mean? For a long time. And then I'm sure that he's going to build his foundation off of that, and he's just going to go up from there. The only thing I got, not the only thing I got, but the biggest weapon I got is probably my experience.
Yeah.
You know,
Right, what do you think
overall,
about-
my overall game, maybe a little bit more well-rounded. I'm a little sneaky. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. So I do see it being a strategic fight, though. That's cool.
What do you think about this one on the feet, Ray? I don't think there's gonna be too many leg kicks.
Leg kicks. I don't know. He's fast. He's real fast. I think if he sees anything, he sees me on one foot, he's in on it. You know what I mean? That's what I think. So.
All right. I have a serious question for you, Aaron. Hopefully you can hear me good. I've never seen anyone that Mason gets his hands locked around be able to stop the takedown. As soon as he gets his hands locked, they go flying. His grapple skills are pretty high level,
Yeah.
especially for an amateurs. Like they're very
Yeah.
pro level tie-ups. When he gets a clinch, people go flying. How are you prepared to deal with that?
Again, without giving a whole bunch of stuff away, you go back and watch his other fights. Those guys really didn't even attempt to do anything. It's almost like they were stunned just by his explosiveness and his ability to tie him up so quick. They almost didn't have any clue what to do once they were there. And then they were off the ground and on their back before they could even do anything. And I would argue that they really didn't have any jiu-jitsu either. So once he got them flattened out, they were pretty screwed, you know? And then his top control is really good. So, you know, he's I think his strategy in most of his fights, whether he wanted it to be or not, it was to tire the other guy out and control from the top and eventually work his way into a finish. But those guys didn't really have anything to challenge him with at all. Once he was in on him, it was pretty much over right there. I think the best I seen anybody do was probably Travis. And Travis was, I don't know what his style was, just a little bit too wide open. You know, and he wasn't real technical. He was just scrappy. You know, I think you got to be way better technically for someone like Mason.
Yeah, he was very scrappy. He yeah, he was ready to fight. He was ready to brawl.
Yeah, there's something to be said from there too, you know, because I know a lot of people, they get stuck in positions like that, they'll quit. You know what I mean? You'll break people like that.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen. I've done it. You know what I mean? You've done it. But yeah, he didn't have that. But as far as like, all he could really do was manage to wrestle up to his feet for like a second or two, and then he was right back down. So I think that might have just been a stylistic clash or something. He just had the wrong style for Mason. But I think I'm a little bit up on that. So I'm not too worried about it. You know what I mean? It's I respect it, but I'm not going to worry about it. Just like everything else, I'm not going to worry about anything. I'm going to do what I do.
I have a slightly different question for you, Mason. I've watched a lot of wrestlers come into the sport, and usually when wrestlers come into the sport and have explosive takedowns like you, they're completely gassed by the middle of the second round. You're still throwing fools around in like the third round. Is that because you're more relaxed in the clinch and your throws are really easy and you don't take too many penetration steps, or is it just because you're in good shape?
I have to credit both. I spar a lot. Not heavy spar. I'm not going to knock myself out or knock anybody else out or anything, but I'm always like, I live at my gym, so I'm like always working cardio. I'm always working everything, every single aspect of MMA possible. Like I do it twice a day, like just elevating my game constantly. So I think the fact that like all day, every day, I'm used to blowing my wad and then pushing myself past that mental barrier. Because I mean, your brain likes to quit 60% before your body can physically quit. So I just like to push myself every single day that I get tired. I'm like, all right, what can I do now that can, you know, get me a little bit more tired, or like, what barrier can I break today? And the fact that I'm not shooting it on legs as much, I'm going to the upper body. I think that helps a lot too, because I don't bend myself over, and I'm not, you know, compressing my lungs and my chest. So I think that helps a lot. But overall, I think it's just the cardio. I've wrestled a lot. You know, wrestling matches are 7-8 minute matches. I've had probably hundreds of wrestling matches in my career. So, you know, I've just been used to that explosiveness for that certain amount of time. And my pace has always been high pressure. So, you know, I don't like to quit. So.
I'm gonna shoot this question to you, Aaron, because we haven't seen you out of the first round too much. You get to finish in like the first minute, like every fight I see you fight. So how's your condition? Are you gonna be able to go all 3 rounds?
I believe so. The last I don't even know, man, how many ever weeks, right? It's all kind of blending together right now. I'm probably halfway through camp. The last couple of weeks have just been all Shark Tanks for as long as we can go, you know. Nothing shorter than a half hour of Shark Tanks. Varies round to round how much, you know, you're doing for the round and how much your rest is, of course, based on whatever variables you're working with, you know what I mean? But no, my condition is the best it's been, you know what I mean? Doesn't mean I'm not gonna go out there and try and get him out of there in one round though. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna try and drag this through deep waters if I don't have to, because that's just, you're just asking for anything to happen at that point, you know what I mean? That's how I see it. If I can keep them all short like that, I will. You know, somebody's eventually going to break that streak. It's only, you know, I've done it twice. You know what I mean? It's not like I've got a huge run on it or whatever, or anything like that. But someone's going to break that streak. It'd be all right if it was someone like Mason. But I'm still going. I'm hunting for a finish, no matter what.
For sure. Now we gotta get to like where most of this match is gonna happen, in my opinion. I think most of it's gonna be grappling exchanges and getting back up to the feet. Um, it seems like Aaron should have a huge advantage here, being a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. But man, Mason's shown some really good submission defense, and Mason's tough on top. And now we're going to be in a full rules fight. So now we got ground and pound too. So ground and pound changes jiu-jitsu quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask both you guys how you think the exchanges on the ground are going to go. Obviously, I don't want you guys to ruin your game plan, but we started with Mason last time, so we'll start with you first this time, Aaron.
Right. How do I think ground pound is going to change the ground game, the dynamics?
How do you think the ground game is going to break down, and then how do you think ground and pound is going to affect it too? Because in my opinion, Mason's going to be on top, but maybe you think you're going to be on top. So I would like to hear.
Well, here's
how
the
you think
thing.
grappling
Here's
is
the
gonna
thing,
break
right? So what the same space Mason's going to use to try and strike me is the same space I'm going to use to get up or attack him back. That's the difference. You know what I mean? So it's not, and because there is ground and pound, it's not like he's going to be able to, you know, hold me in one spot without advancing or anything like that. You know, he's going to have to do something. You know what I mean? So let's just suppose worst case scenario, he does take me down, does get on top. He's going to have to attack. And every time you attack, you're open to a counter attack. And I'm an attacker and I have a huge arsenal. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like I win in like absolutes and things like that in jiu-jitsu, because I attack. You know what I mean? I'm good defensively too. You know, I don't get submitted or really mauled or beat down by much bigger people on a regular basis. You know what I mean? I'm usually escaping and getting up and getting the sub on them. So if he wants to attack me, he's going to get attacked back. Plain and simple. So it might just turn into a back and forth, stand up on the ground, stand back up on the ground. It could go all over the damn place. I don't know. But I'm hunting for the finish. So as much as he wants to attack, he can get it back.
All right, Mason, same question to you.
I genuinely think it's going to come down to comfortability. I'm going to be very comfortable on top, and I also know that Aaron is going to be very comfortable on bottom. So it's going to be a weird little game here, because usually when you're in a fight, you know, like there's an advantage in most parts of the match. You know, for example, I take Aaron down. People are going to look at that as, oh, Mason right now has the advantage. But no, because I know Aaron has a lot in his arsenal. I know he's going to be thinking, all right, this is pretty freaking cool right here. I can just chill out and hunt for some submissions. I know he doesn't know as much as me I've got more experience here. He's going to feel super comfortable when I take him down. He's going to want me to take him down, which I know that I want to take him down, but I'm going to feel very comfortable on top. He's going to feel very comfortable on the bottom. So it's going to be weird. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to be ready, cautious. I'm going to be super excited to feel a grappler like Aaron, because I know he's going to be very comfortable on the ground, and I know he's going to be, like he said, attacking. I can see that. Takes one to know one. I attack too. I can tell just by watching his fight. I can tell he likes to push that pace. He likes to attack. And I think as well that's why this is going to be one of the best fights on K4. Without a doubt.
Hey Mason, are you comfortable on your back? If you was to get on your back,
I don't want to give away too much. I'm comfortable anywhere. Okay. I'll put it like that. I'm very comfortable everywhere. I like fighting. I really like fighting. I don't look at it as like, man, I'm an amateur. Who the frick cares if I go out and lose this match, from a silly little mistake. Like the sun will rise tomorrow, I'm going to be the same man that I was the day before, except that I just lost an amateur fight to a very, very skilled opponent. But I'm comfortable everywhere. I like fighting. I like getting hit. I like the challenge. So, and I know I can see that he does too. There's a reason why he's still doing this. There's a reason why he's that age still fighting. There's passion behind it. There's a lot of motivation, dedication. I can see that. And that's why I respect him as an opponent. And that's why I'm just super excited to step the cage with him. And I feel like it's just going to be fireworks, man. We're going to be letting it loose, and we're going to be giving people what they want, So.
You have to be aware of old man in a young man's sport. That's it's a very famous saying.
You do. You really do, man. You really do.
I haven't thought about this too much, Aaron, but are you comfortable on top? Do you think you hold Mason down if Mason wants to try and get up?
I'm very comfortable on top. I think my top game, my top control is probably neck and neck with my bottom game. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, Mason probably knows this too. Just being our size, you know what I mean? It's not, you're usually sparring and fighting with people and training with people like a lot bigger than you. You know what I mean? So you get kind of used to that. It's almost like, it's kind of nice going and competing against somebody my own size.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't see him being, much stronger if he is. And certainly not stronger than the people I train with. I'm not either. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm pretty good on top. And again, you know what I mean? The space, we both have to manage and make use of the space that's going to be created in these wild exchanges. And it's going to come down to a lot of timing and precision. You know what I mean? And if you have the skill, if you have the right technique, you're going to have the right tool for the job in that moment. It's going to happen like that. So
Aaron has a top game like Tyson has a right hook.
that's one of my guys. Yeah. He just told me that he's down to 184 today. I said, okay, that's cool. That's 50 pounds heavier than where I fight, buddy. You know what I mean?
So I guess all that's really left is to break down the intangibles. So that would probably be like training partners and like will to win and why you fight and stuff. So Mason, I know Brojo is a room full of killers, and I know you get some work down with Brad Vargason over there at Viking and like those killers. So why don't you break down your room and the kind of training that you get, and then we'll do the same thing for Aaron.
Oh man, we got a bunch of killers who love fighting, who love supporting each other, every day. That room, the main thing that I can say about my room is that every single one of my teammates, my family members, I call them, we all drop our egos. As soon as we get in that door, we all drop our egos. Everything is about learning off one another. We go hard, we push each other. If one person has a bad day, we're all picking that person up and we're making sure that they push through that mental barrier. But yeah, the biggest thing is, I'm very fortunate to have a lot of knowledge and a lot of tough kids, tough men, and women. There's been times where, there's a girl, Ava Chiochi. She used to beat up on me when I first started. She's on the feet. Jasmine Kennard. She just fought on K4.
Yeah. Some
She
savage knees.
yeah, she used to beat up on me too. We all beat up on each other, like in a good way, like not really killing each other, but giving each other a good look, making each other better each day. There's a lot of good people. I don't want to say really who's been coming in and coming out, but just out of respect for them, I don't know if they want me saying, but there's just been a lot. And my coach, the Birdman, the Birdman Burhands, he's great. He's just an amazing person. And I think when you fill your room around guys with the same motive, who maybe they don't want to be successful in the MMA world, but they want to be successful in their own life with whatever they're doing, like you feed off that. Your energy is important. I like to fill myself around people who want to be the best at whatever they do, whether that's if they're a baseball player, if they're a fighter, if they're just wanting to be a good family man, like if they want to be the best at something, like that's what I want to surround myself around. That's what I've been surrounding myself around. So, it's just been a lot of motivation, a lot of, I just look at guys each day and just get inspired by one little thing that they do, and I think that's like the most important part. I think that's what keeps us going. If we were very, unmotivated, slouching through the practices, like we wouldn't be here. So, yeah.
So going to you, Aaron, it sounds like, Mason's got a good training staff. He's got coaches. He's got a good training room. You're kind of your own coach. You kind of like lead the room where you're at. How do you think the training breaks down for the differences between you and him? Like, do you think he has an advantage being coached all the time? I mean, you have to not only take care of yourself, you got to take care of your teammates, or you think that's an advantage for you?
So this, first, I think Mason has to have excellent coaches for him to have the amount of fights that he had in 2023 with the success that he's had and the things that he's adapting and changing about his game on a fight to fight basis, So he's definitely got good coaches. I have no doubt about that. But this is the first camp I've had where I've had other people in, so not like the first camp I've had other people in on. I have my own coaches too that come in, but I have different resources this time. We've kind of partnered up with another school. Right now, they've got pro fighters. They come in and help out. Pro fitness coaches, that type of thing. I've got access to a 24/7 facility now. They're bringing all their guys over here. I've got my main sparring partner is a professional veteran. He's got like 21 fights. He just fought on like Anthony Pettis's, was it Showtime? He just fought on Showtime against, can't remember the guy's name. It like just happened though. He's been my main sparring partner. He's good. He's a good stand up, and I'm hitting him, and he's telling me all the things I'm doing that are good, and I'm just getting better at those things. So, in terms of, it's not just me running the show on this one. And then the other thing that's really helped that I'm super thankful for is that this is the first time I've had since my first fight anyway. That one was kind of like whatever. I don't even like kind of count my first fight, to be honest with you. But this one is like I've had time to prepare for Mason. There's footage out there for him when I'd been watching him anyway because I just thought he was sick to watch as a fighter. I like that Travis Rebola fight. I was like one of the first persons to comment on that. I was like, his wrestling sick, so I've been watching him. And then I found out he wanted to fight, and I've actually had footage on him. I've been able to just watch footage and get prepared for an actual fighter that agreed to a fight for once. You know what I mean? Because there's been a bunch of times that's why I didn't fight last. Well, part why I didn't fight last year. There's a couple other things that happened. Obviously, you guys remember, but I was just sick of getting ready and doing camps for people to not fight. And Mason's actually going to be there and show up. And in 26 days, we're going to throw it down, and I'm going to be prepared as ever. So.
All right, we're going to throw it back to Mason, and we'll start wrapping it up with this one. But what are your plans in the sport in the future, and what does this fight mean to you? And are you looking to go pro? Like, what drives you to fight?
What drives me to fight? You know, I got 2 sisters. I got a mom. You know, they're the most important people in my life. So I just, you know, I want to make sure I'm able to protect them if need be. You know, got a girlfriend. You know, want to make sure I can protect her. I think that's like what started it, and then I was like, I'm all right at this sport. Like maybe I can go pro, and I just fell in love with it. I just, you know, I literally live at my gym. Like I have my TV, my PlayStation in there. I just watch fighting videos. I just, you know, I'm in there all day, every day, like just waiting to get better, just getting better every day. And you know, I plan to go pro. However, I think that you know, this fight, it means a lot. I'm more very grateful for the experience that I have against that I'm going to have the experience to step in the cage with a guy as talented as Aaron. You know, I know he's got a lot in his arsenal. He doesn't have many fights, but I know he's been around the sport for a long time. I know he's got age on me. I know he's got a lot of motivation. There's passion. I can tell. And there's fire behind him. You know, watching that fight in the summer, I was like, man, that's a guy that I would love to share the octagon with. And but yeah, if you know the fight, the outcome doesn't necessarily matter too much to me. What matters more importantly is that I'm just growing as a person. My goal is to just grow as a person, as a fighter every single day. You know, as every day I just want to get 1% better every day, because by the end of the year, then you're 365% more the man that you were last year. So if I can get 1% better every day, that's enough for me. You know, so.
Definitely, that's a good answer. And then let's turn over to you, Aaron. What you're going in there with a young buck? You're an older Asian grappler. I know the feeling. What drives you to fight, and what's next for you guys? Your team, I mean.
Driving me to fight, more or less. I've always just wanted to. I don't know. You know what I mean? I had kind of this sort of fantasized a lot about it when I was a kid. I always wanted to be a warrior or a fighter or a hero or something like that. I wanted to beat up the bad guys and the monsters and all that kind of crap. You know, I was just kind of as a child. And then as I got older, I started developing more of an interest in martial arts. And I kind of started martial arts because I wanted to do MMA, because I just thought it was cool. You know what I mean? And then didn't for so long. I just trained and it just sort of got by me. You know what I mean? And then I just sort of woke up one day. I was like, oh, I'm training all these guys to fight. They're doing pretty good. Maybe I should go fight before I get too old. You know what I mean? And now I'm kind of just out there making sure that I'm just sort of verifying, you know, my journey a little bit, just sort of validating the things that I'm passing on to my students, making sure it's good, you know, and then if anything happens to be not good, I get to go fix it up and make sure they don't make them mistakes.
Man, I love that you guys are so respectful. We've had a couple of these interviews, and sometimes they turn out not so great, and sometimes they turn out pretty good. And I'm glad this one's pretty good. I know the whole card, so I have access to the whole card. I know it hasn't been released. There's pro fights on this card. There's an amazing amateur Muay Thai fight, and I'm still the most excited to see this fight out of all the fights on there. And I'm sorry, Mrs. Doyle, because I know Sean's fighting too, but this is the fight that I'm really looking forward to, and this is one of the fights I talked to Keith about. Like, man, we got to make this one happen, and I'm so happy that this one's coming through. I can't wait to see this. I think this is a huge opportunity for both you guys to look great in K4, but it's a giant platform for you guys, and I can't wait to see you and Mason fight. I want to see Mason fight a grappler. I want to see you fight like an outstanding wrestler. I think this is such a good matchup. And on the feet is pretty even too. Like you got a lot of power in your shots, Aaron. And then Mason throws to take your everything off, like knock your brain through your skull. And he uses to set up a shot, but there's a lot of power in those shots, man. Like,
well, because he is going forward. A lot of times he's going forward on them shots to get in at you. You know what I mean? So he's got body weight, and if he times it good, you know what I mean? There's power on that for sure.
Two of my favorite fighters fighting.
Yeah. All your favorite fighters are fighting on this one, right? I got the card to show you. I can't tell you now. There's a lot of fights on. There's some pro fights on this card.
This fight right here, two of my favorite guys right here.
Yeah, this is the best fight on the card, man. Like, and that's saying a lot.
Right on, right?
You guys aren't even like near near the top of the card, but oh man, like this is the fight. This is the fight I want all the fans to get. Speaking
I
of
think
the
a lot of
fans,
people are excited. I've seen like it's got a ton of feedback on yeah, on the page and everything, and it's been my people have been sharing it all over the place, left and right. I know I got a lot of people going buying tickets already, and it's going to be pretty big.
yeah, I mean,
One of your fans want my shades.
Yeah, Frank, you know who?
yeah, he's already in there. Aaron's gonna look
Yeah.
so good in her Versace's.
Oh, I
Damn,
didn't know he wanted to give them to me.
Mason's got a lot of fan support too, man. A lot of people love Mason. Your fans are like all over our stuff all the time, and I love it. So thank you for sharing your fans with us, Aaron.
Yeah.
I know you guys you guys got your promo codes now, right? For the tickets.
Oh yeah.
K4 Klein for you, correct?
Yeah.
So K4 Klein and K4 Lewis, if you buy the tickets and you put their names in the summary, when you go through the summary, these men will get credit for the ticket, and every penny you can give them helps them out, man. And if anyone's looking for sponsorship deals, Mason's looking for sponsorship. Aaron sells T-shirts. Aaron's T-shirts are off the chain. We're gonna pick some up this time. We definitely want to order some for you when you come in this time. And Caveman's Corner gives away money for the fights, for submission of the night, fight of the night, and knockout of the night. And I can't imagine you guys not winning one of our bonuses. So definitely hang around. Don't Last time Mason won the bonus, he left and he had to come back. So don't let that happen again, dog.
you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick around a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm just super excited, man. I know I'm mostly just excited to that we can both not be arrogant D-bags to each other, but I know when we step in that cage, it's gonna be war. We're both looking, whatever happens. Like we're both looking to take each other's head off. And that's the thing that I look forward to the most. It's all fun. We're doing this out of the joy of our own drive, but at the end of the day, when we get in that octagon, like we are both looking to be warriors, and we will be warriors. Like he said, it's about being a warrior. So we're gonna go to war, and I'm excited for that.
All right, last question for you both. We'll start with Aaron. Aaron, do you have anything to plug? Any sponsors to plug? And what's your final prediction for the fight?
Sponsors, yeah, pretty much everybody I've been sharing. I've got the Greens, Jennings, my family, including Trevor and Dory. They've always supported me. They're awesome. I got my friend Shannon Wagner. She's got her company, Every Last Smidgen. She's an inventor. She come up with this thing. I'll share that out there too. My girlfriend's company, CMYK Inked, the one doing our shirts and everything. That's Mel. Yeah, there she is. And then predictions for the fight. I'd like to predict I take the win by a finish. I can't really say how. I just got to, like I said, I just got to take advantage of those moments when the opportunity is there, and I got to use the right tool. And I think I can do that. So.
All right, Mason, same question for you. Any sponsors to plug or people to thank? And then what's your prediction for the fight?
My coach kind of like handles like people that get my shorts for me and whatnot. I don't really know. I don't have any sponsors at the moment, but someone to plug. My coach Zach Burhans. He's just been the realest. He's truly he's a great coach, but he's an even better human being. So if I could really shout someone out, that'd be definitely Zach Burhans. But prediction. Oh, double knockout. We both knock each other out.
If that happens, you're definitely getting knockout of the night from us for sure.
Yep.
If that happens, we both get knocked out of the night.
That's for sure, 100%.
Okay.
Oh, happy birthday, Ray! You got a happy birthday from Dan.
Yeah, happy birthday, Ray.
Hey, Ray.
Razor.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you. I cannot wait to watch you guys at K4. Fans, make sure you get promo tickets from these guys. K4 Klein, K4 Lewis. When you put it in the summary, they get I don't know, like a percentage of the ticket sales, and it helps them out. And if you're far away because you're Aaron's fan, you can check out the pay-per-view, and you'll hear me and Ray on the pay-per-view and Ben Field, and we'll be shouting these guys out, man. I can't wait to call this fight. This is the fight I've been waiting for a very long time. MMA is my jam, and we had some great Thai fights, but this is our first really great MMA fight, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, thank you guys for the time. I appreciate it a lot, and we'll see you in 25 days.
Yeah, it's getting close, man. Getting close. All right, good training, guys. Stay healthy, and I can't wait to see you guys. Mason, I'm gonna shoot you a message and connect you up with this guy Ed Rogers, and maybe he can help you out.
Thank you.
All right, cool. All right, thank you guys. We appreciate you. We're gonna put you in the green room where you guys can take off whatever you want to do, and I'm going to talk to Ray for just a few seconds.
You got it.
All right, Ray. First podcast of the year. Good to see you, man. I want to take a minute or two just to wish you a happy birthday, dude. Like, I appreciate everything you do for Caveman's Corner. You get us great guests. You're always helping out. You help out with the getting money for the everything we do. Not even just fighters, but you make everything happen, dude. And I'm so proud to know you, and I'm proud that we're a team, man. Caveman's Corner wouldn't be the same without you, dude. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah.
43 years old, so uh, I still feel like I'm 21.
You act like you're 21. That's the best. I hope you had a great day, man. I hope your holidays were good. I didn't really talk to you over Christmas or New Year's.
Yeah, yeah, it was kind of busy over the holidays. A few things happened, but everything's good. Can't wait for this fight to happen. K4 back at K4, and yeah, 2024 now, so we gotta keep moving up.
Yeah, this is our year, dude. We are gonna
Yeah.
make things happen this year.
Yeah.
More great guests, more
Sure.
great podcasts. Starting out good. Don't forget, if you guys are watching on man, they really want your sunglasses, dog. I don't know what's up with them guys. Don't take them back to the Carolinas with them.
Oh man, yeah. Okay, man, this fight it's gonna be. It's hard for me to predict this fight.
Yeah, me too, man. Dude, it is so hard.
I mean, experience. You give it to Aaron, right?
Yeah.
Striking.
Man, I don't know who to give striking to. I think
I would-
Aaron.
I would give
Aaron.
I would give striking to Aaron. I don't know. It's just hard, man, because Mason's a young buck. He's a beast. It's going to be a hard fight.
He hits hard as shit, dude. Like Mason.
Yeah, he hits hard too.
Aaron is definitely more technical. And
right,
dude, Tyler's tough as shit. So Tyler's in my gym, and I ain't seen too many people drop him. And Aaron dropped him with like a short left hand, like
right.
a short lead hand, like, and he dropped him. So Aaron's packing quite a bit of power too. So like it's so interesting on the feet. I think either guy could knock the other one out. But I think
I give Aaron this. I'm gonna give Aaron this. He got a high IQ of fighting. He knows.
Mm-hmm.
He's very smart. So he's not gonna give much to us, but I know he got shit in his head.
I definitely think Aaron does have the fight IQ, like you're saying, and Mason like enjoys himself in there, dude. He has fun. He like carries fools around and slams them, dude. Like
right.
I don't know if that's gonna hurt him or help him in this fight, though. You know, because Aaron
Right.
is a finisher, dude. But
Right.
can you even get your arm around that dude's neck? 'Cause, like we're sitting there watching him, like trying to see where his neck is and his shoulder is. Like it's like one giant unit. He's like
Like
this
this.
is a fucking beast.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight, man. One of the best fights, MMA fights we're gonna have on
Yeah, I'm
K4.
so excited, dude. I can't wait to tell you the card. When we get off air, I'll tell you the
Yeah.
card. It's a secret still until the fights
Okay.
drop. But man, there's some really good ones on this card, and you'll be excited for some of them too. I wish Keith would come on and we could drop him on here.
Come
Yeah,
on,
if
Keith.
you're up, if you're up in the area, come on, roll on Integrity on Sunday. We will we'll definitely open up the gym for you. Well, the gym's gonna be open anyways, but I mean, come and train. That'd be cool.
Yeah, Mel. If you
Paid
go
side
there,
ticket. All right. Come introduce us. Come introduce yourself to us.
yeah,
You comment on all our stuff. We want to meet you. So
yeah,
we'll be cage side too. We'll probably be a little bit closer than you, but find us and we'll be right
yeah.
there at the booth.
And then, and like Caveman said, you want to roll with us on Sunday? I'll definitely be there if you come.
Yeah. The only time Ray comes is when there's girls there. That's not true because he got beat up by his cousin, and that's also on our YouTube page. So you should come check it out. Tickets are on sale, and they have the promo codes as well. Good to see you,
Wait,
Jared.
tickets on sale right now?
Yeah, tickets are on sale.
Oh,
Will do. Can't wait. Awesome. We're gonna meet Mel. Aaron's gonna have tech and a duration. Mason's gonna try and grapple and wear him down. Maybe a slam or two, but Aaron's gonna reverse and make him submit fast. Aaron's gonna be rewarded by Ray's over sausage shades. Ray, they're trying to make you give up those
I
sunglasses, pal.
know. Hey Frank, are you gonna come to Buffalo? Are you coming to the fights?
While we're waiting for Frank to answer, if you guys are watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're not watching on YouTube, please go to our YouTube channel and like and subscribe. You can just type in Caveman's Corner, and you'll come right
We
up
were
onto
working
our
on.
page.
Yeah, we're working on getting 1,000 subscribers. Come on, help us out.
Yeah, we're at 568. We could definitely use some more. Frank is definitely coming up. Maybe you guys could shoot dice for the sunglasses. Some real old school stuff. Oh, man. K4 Klein for Aaron Klein. Already done. All right, man. This one's off the rails. We're gonna take off. Great show. Two of the best fighters that ever fight in K4 coming on.
Yep.
K4's already announced that Sean Doyle's on the card. I know who he's fighting, and that one's gonna be a banger. So that one's gonna be great. Some very exciting K4 veterans are also on this card. Man, this is gonna be exciting.
Wait a minute. Any give me a clue. Any Church Street boxing guys there?
Not yet, but there's some very interesting fights that one of them that you actually called that you wanted to see is happening on this one. So
Okay.
you'll be excited. You'll be excited. So you can go back to listen to all the fights that Ray's ever asked for, and Keith finally gave him a fight that he asked for. So it's gonna be great.
Nice.
All right, we're gonna jump off the air so I can spill the beans and tell Ray what the card is. And then Ray's got to promise secrecy, so don't bug him, or he's gonna have to break your legs.
No. I'll keep a secret.
All right, we're now drinking Monsters to support Pat Mix. Pat Mix signed the deal with Monsters, so I have to give up Rockstar when we do the podcast to support Pat Mix. So I'm now drinking Monsters during the podcast instead of Rockstars, even though I still drink Rockstars more. And you are more than welcome, Aaron. I cannot wait to see you. I think the fight are going to be amazing. This fight is going to be amazing. All the fights are going to be amazing, but I can't wait to see this one, dude. This is one of the first fights in a long time. I don't want to call on the air. I have a idea what's going to happen, but anything could happen on this one. Like you can
Yeah,
look real
anything
tough
could
calling
happen in
one.
this fight, man. Anything could happen, and I like both of these guys. So it's like, damn.
Mm-hmm. We have to also get Doyle on the show again because
Yep.
Doyle's on the card.
Okay.
Fighting good, the good fight. All right, we're out of here, guys. Remember, like and subscribe on
YouTube.
YouTube. Like and subscribe to our Facebook page if you're probably watching it there right now. So if you're not subscribed to it, like and subscribe to it right now. Thank you guys for all your support. Thank you, JCR Transport, for sponsoring this podcast. And with that, we are out of here.